We're back working on the harness. Item number 1, you need plexiglass sheet. Okay, not plexiglass, this is acrylic. I changed my mind, this acrylic really ain't working for me. Since this didn't work for me, I'm switching over to Sintra. What's also great about Sintra is it comes in a variety of thicknesses. I'm going to be using the thicker, I think it's 3 millimeters. I still did film the complete making of this, and I'm still going to post it in a separate video in case anyone did want to use acrylic. Only because the Sintra is a little harder to find and you most likely have to buy it online and in bulk. So if you don't want to go the Sintra route, you can still do this, just you have to be a lot more careful when you're drilling through it. It'll still hold the wings up just as well, it's just putting the holes in it makes this a lot more fragile. First thing you're going to want to do is just trace out the shape that you want your harness to be. This material is rather sharp. I just got done sanding it from outside. All the corners are smooth, it's not going to cut through my corset. I couldn't find the Dremel, which would have made this a lot quicker and smoother, I betcha. But I did this all by hand with medium grit sandpaper, and it probably took me 10 minutes. So the stuff was fairly soft and easy to sand through. So now I'm going to be marking where I'm going to be placing the brackets onto my board. And you can't really see it because my board is black. Oh, there we can see it through the light, okay? 2.5 and 2. All I'm going to do is just kind of eyeball it and place the 2 brackets along that line. Then I'm going to mark where each of the holes are, where I need to drill through. I'm using a spaded tip just for drilling ease and it's less likely to bend or crack. So if this was in the correct place, it's 5/30 seconds. So that's 5 over 32. And this is the bit that matches up to about the size of the screw. And you're just going to drill these 4 holes at the very top first. And as you can see, this stuff is very, very easy to drill through. So here I have it started. You can see that when I put the bracket on, this part with the bolt I put on top because that's bulkier than the part with the head of the screw. So this part's going to go against my back. It's a lot flusher. I just put all the screws in the bracket, placed it on top, then go ahead and screw on the nuts and tighten it with a little wrench. That's 3/8 to match your 3/8 bolt. You can see it. The screws barely went through and they're actually flush with the nuts on this side. So if you have any thicker board, like if you use plywood or something, you're going to have to get longer screws. I'm going to make mine go vertical, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it right here. I'm making sure that I can see the line through the 2 little holes, and I'm going to mark them. Make sure that these are spaced evenly so there's just as much distance over here as there is over here. We're going to go through the same process. Go ahead and drill the holes, screw the screws through, and then attach the little brackets to hold the PVC pipe in place. Okay, so for the last part of this harness, we need to get little slits in right here. So we have something to put the fabric through, loop it, and attach it to the inside of the harness. You could take an X-Acto knife and cut these out. It would probably take a really long time. I'm going to use the Dremel because I found it. This is what a Dremel is. It's just kind of like a little drill. And there's actually a drill bit in it. Interesting. Okay. So I'm outside, I'm using the Dremel. It's got like a sharp kind of sanding tool bit on it. And I've already kind of drawn my squares with Sharpie. I'm just going to kind of follow this template and drill a hole. Protective gear. So I just kind of went back and forth slowly until I drilled like 1 layer down, 2 layers, 3 layers until it broke through to the bottom. Now all you gotta do is clean it up. So I set it to a really low setting and just kind of round the edges so it's not gonna cut my fabric. There you go. The last thing I have to do is heat it up and shape it to my back. This is what my back plate looks like completely finished. I've slipped through my pieces of fabric that actually serged because I found out there was a serger at school. Woo! So that's it. It is shaped to the form of my back. I put it in the oven at 175. It took about 8-10 minutes for it to get kind of flopsy enough for it to shape my back. After that, I just laid down on the couch. Kevin took it out of the oven and sat it on my back and kind of pushed it down. And this is the shape I got, which will work very nicely into my harness. That concludes the tutorial for the harness. For about inserting this into the corset, check out my other video, which is going to be over here in this corner. It's going to be right here. So in that video, we go ahead and put everything together. So that's it. Good luck. We're having a battle down here! Behave. Yes. Late, huh? What time is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Past my bedtime. Does anyone else think I kind of look like Laura Croft with my hair undone like this? Oh, I'm gonna go read some tunes right now. Yeah. I'm gonna go test this and see if it works before I actually show you how to do it.